On today's episode, we are going to take a look at two stocks that I bought this week. These two are new to my portfolio and I'm very excited to talk about them. The first one we're going to take a look at is one in the EV market, and so many people have been wondering why it hasn't been in my portfolio. The second one we're going to take a look at is a huge e-commerce giant. Like always, we're going to take a quick look at what they do, stock price, fundamentals, and much more. If this is your first time here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and follow me on Twitch where I live stream, taking a look at stocks you want me to look at. So let's get started. All right, the first company we're going to take a look at is the e-commerce giant Shopify. It is traded under the New York Stock Exchange as ticker SHOP. It is currently sitting at $1,000.65 with a market cap of $131 billion. From its all-time highs, the stock is down a nice amount. It's down about 27%. Year to date, the stock has pretty much been flat. It's actually down about 2.49. So for those that are not familiar with Shopify, they are pretty much one platform for everything you need to run a business. For example, you can have, let's say you have a business with Shopify, you can have your brick and mortar business, you can work with your online business, you can work with your Amazon store, your Facebook store, and any other type of online stores that are available right now, like Instagram shops. TikTok, I believe, has one as well. Shopify is always working on ways to integrate those new popular shopping fronts into their platform. Not only do they help you run and have those kind of storefronts for them, they also work the back end. They handle the payments. If you need some form of a business loan, they also do capital. If you want to work on marketing, you want to take a look at your analytics, you want to integrate it with some other type of app. Inventory and fulfillment, order management, and shipping. So it's literally a one-stop shop to do everything you need to run a business. Here we can take a look at all the integrations they're working with. For example, recently they started Shop Pay on Facebook and Instagram platform. They have included a platform expansion, so now you can use Walmart Marketplace. You can also integrate within Facebook shops and TikTok stores. The other great thing about Shopify that many people might not know, it is the second biggest e-commerce platform in the United States. The final thing we're going to take a look in this presentation is look at this crazy growth Shopify has seen. Most of their money comes from merchant solutions, but they also make money from subscription solutions. Yearly revenue was up 86% and quarter revenue was up about 94%. So now let's take a look at Shopify. Right now, the company is expected to grow 27% on average for the next 3 to 5 years. The company is profitable and it is positive in cash flow from operations. So I'm super excited about that. If we take a look at historical growth rate, right, this most recent year grew about 86%. The year before that, 47, and the one before that, 59. So it has been a strong compounded annual growth rate company for sure. If we take a look at margins, the first thing we're seeing is 2020 was at the first year this company was fully GAAP profitable. So that's great to see it. We can see the overall improvement over times. Their gross margins are actually pretty high at 52%. I was actually shocked, but remember, they do a lot of solutions in the back end, and that's where they're making most of the money. So you would expect gross margins to be big. We see the company was profitable and it did have positive cash flow from operations, but they also have a very strong balance sheet. They have about $6.4 billion in cash and short-term investments and about $758 million in debt. So way more cash than debt. Again, positive earnings and profitability. The final thing I want to do is I'm a huge fan of net cash flow from operations. Money made from your everyday business can really show me that, hey, whatever you're doing is going great. And an overall improvement in margins is also great. So here, operating cash flow margins for Shopify have been positive for a long time. And right now in 2020, they've gone as high as 14.5%. So they're really keeping a nice chunk of their money right now. And I'm happy to see that, right? Because what does that mean? Now that they're going to have more money, they're going to be able to be more aggressive, make more integration plans, and work well. So now with this stock price down the nice, it was definitely one that I believe was a great buying opportunity for me. If you are in Shopify right now, let me know. What are your thoughts? And if you're not, let me know, what are you going against Shopify for? I love to hear other people's thoughts. The second company I talked about is one that is weird. I feel like many people thought I would be in it, especially as my background, I'm an electrical engineer. Many people would have thought I would have been really bullish in this company. And even though I understand the growth of Tesla, I just never really got into it. And right now, with everything just dropping and me looking to expand my overall portfolio right now, I decided it was time to add Tesla into it. Right now, it's traded under the NASDAQ as ticker TSLA. It's currently sitting at $618, and it is down about 30% from its all-time highs. That's crazy, right? So I'm happy with the price I'm getting in. And right now, it has a market cap of $593 billion. Two reasons I got into Tesla. First, actually a few. Strong growth rate, as we're going to see. Strong balance sheet. The other thing is just the overall technology. Obviously the EV market. I want to expand my overall exposure into the EV market. And why not go with one that's the leader at the moment? The second is I'm a huge advocate or fan of data. And I believe the amount of data that Tesla has right now is another reason for me to look at this company. So analysts believe Tesla will grow 24.8% on average for the next 3 to 5 years. The company is profitable at the moment. I know a lot of you guys are going to say, hey, Jose, be careful. They're profitable because of certain credits. Yes, but hey, this is part of the business. Cash flow from operations, they are positive there as well. So that's another great thing. If we take a look at historical revenue growth, in 2020, it grew revenue about 28%. In 2019, about 14.5%. And in 2018, about 82.5%. So you can see it's been a very crazy growth rate, but it's still at least in the double digits. And analysts expect it to be in the mid 20s for the next few years. So that's some really strong growth rate. Next, what I want to see is, first thing, I love this about growth companies or any companies at all. When they used to be negative, and look, the overall margins start to improve and improve. And now this company is profitable. It's had a few quarters of trailing 12 months profitability already. Gross margins for this company are about 21%. They have been improving for some time as well. Now, if we take a look at balance sheet, their balance sheet is also pretty strong. They have about $20 billion in cash and about $10 billion in debt. And I'm pretty sure most of this debt is either low interest or due in a long time. And remember, they are profitable and positive in cash flow from operations. So it's okay for them to have some form of debt. If we take a look at net cash flow from operations, again, I am really liking it. You see, as that revenue is increasing, that cash flow from operations is going up, and the overall margins are improving throughout the years. Right now, cash flow from operations is as high as 18.85, looking at the last trailing 12 months. So, I mean, overall, it's looking like a company, a business, a growth stock that is now on its uptrend with all form of financial metrics, right? We kind of broke over that negativity in profits. We kind of broke over that negativity in cash flow from operations, and things are improving and continuing to improve. So one thing that I want to talk about is, I think someone mentioned it on YouTube or on Twitch comments when I was live streaming. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch, guys. I take a look at stocks you want to look at. But they mentioned that Tesla shouldn't really worry about the chip shortage that's happening right now in the semiconductor because they make their own chips. So I think they might have misunderstood. It seems like Tesla just designs their own chips, but they don't manufacture it at the moment. Could be because here in January 27th of 2021, Tesla is teaming up with Samsung to make their 5 nanometer processor chip. So they will be affected by the chip shortage if it continues. So that's something that might kind of hit the stock price. We've seen other big automakers kind of stop and their stock price kind of drop down. So that's something I definitely do want to mention. All right, so the final thing I want to take a look at before going to my overall thoughts is just the price to sales ratio. Price to sales ratio for both Shopify and Tesla are pretty high. For Shopify, it's about 44. For Tesla, it's about 21. But if we take a look at future price to sales ratio, the story kind of almost cuts by half. That is insane. Shopify drops down to 23.8 and Tesla drops down to 9.5. I think both of them are still a bit high compared to the normal, but at the same time, I don't mind adding to these stocks. If you guys follow me, none of these stocks are a tier 1 stock in my portfolio. They're starting off as a tier, I want to say maybe like a low tier 2. And I do believe they have the potential to be like a high tier 2 in my portfolio and work its way up on position sizing. So I'm definitely going to continue watching these two and add as time progresses. So let me know, what are your thoughts on Shopify and what are your thoughts on Tesla? Are you guys waiting for more of a dip? Well, what are your thoughts in the future? So take care, guys. Have a good night and see you next time.